it makes me understand more and more why shrooms help PTSD. Because you're coming to peace with shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing, like I've always found it, we did it, I think I did it with you too, like when we took them, every time I've taken them, I've always gone, this is where I need to be right now.
Yes.
And that's what, it's funny because like when Isaac was over and he did them, he wanted to just take them and make music. And I was like, that's not going to happen, dude. Like, there's no fucking way that that's going to happen. You're not going to be able to write very well, or you're not going to be able to like work the equipment, or you're not going to have a rhythm or some shit. So I was like, look, man, let's get outside. Let's go for a walk really quick. Because I know shrooms.
Right.
And he's like, you know what, man? He's like, I think we needed this walk. Like, this is where we need to be right now. I started laughing. I'm like, I know. I just said, I know. I couldn't go, yeah, this shrooms make you think that way. I just went, I know. Because, like, I know, I hope I know him well enough. But I was like, if it was me in that situation, like, yeah, let's go for a walk, I would do the exact same thing. Like, it's not even justification. You're just coming to peace with everything you come in contact with.
Yeah.
Like, if you were on shrooms and you got shot, you'd be like, this needed to happen. Like, and people are like, dude, you need to go to the hospital, you're bleeding out. Like, you, maybe on, possibly, like, no, it's just my time. Like, you'd be stupid because you're on mushrooms. But then they take you to the hospital, you get all patched up, and, like, you'd be like, oh, fucking wasted my high. But during the time, like, in surgery, like, this is where I need to be.
I've had that moment too, and I'll fucking have a moment in the story for that too.
But that fucking tree thing is awesome. Because seriously, quick story about myself. Shut the fuck up. We go camping every year. Well,
Right.
we used to.
Yeah.
In Nevada City, which is like right outside of Grass Valley.
Okay.
But one year, I'm alone, and I'm like, you know what, man? I'm going to have like a little journey to myself. And like, you never know. One year the lake has water, pond, whatever the fuck you want to call it. One year it doesn't. This year it didn't. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Didn't have weed, didn't have mushrooms. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And I got drunk and I walked out into the lake. And it's like fucking, I don't know. In the woods, it gets later quicker because there's no lights. Like,
Right.
You can walk out here at midnight and it still feel like 9 o'clock. I'm out there at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and it feels like fucking 1 a.m. The moon isn't full, but like it's like half full. It's like my light. I'm like, oh man, that's what the moon is for. I'm having somewhat shroom thoughts just being drunk.
Nice.
And I'm like, I mean, you can allow it. You gotta open your mind, bruh.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh man, the moon is like, the moon is the original light, the night light, other than, you know, the sun's a light, but like, yeah, it's supposed to illuminate everything. And I'm drunk, I'm like, I'm getting naked. So I get fucking naked, I'm just walking around, I'm like, you know what, man? I'm gonna fucking sleep out here. So, me being me, covered myself in mud to like blend in with nature. So, like, I don't know, so wolves and shit wouldn't see me, I guess. I'm not sure. And then I'm like trying to pull a SpongeBob, you know, like he goes and lives with the jellyfish.
Oh yeah.
I'm like pulling moss over me to try and fucking sleep out in the fucking this dry lake. But the ground is cold because like there's water in it at some point, so it's still cold. It's not dry. It's like mushy and shit.
Right.
Laying on my back naked, drunk as like not even drunk as fuck, like buzzed. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be great. And then I'm like, I can't sleep. So I fucking walk to the showers and I wash off and dry up. But yeah.
But still, like I couldn't emphasize more. Like that was pretty much the highlight of that part of my little shroom trip. I was like, nature has everything that I want, even when I want it. And like when I lay back, I can no longer put my foot on that branch. But like if like I couldn't put it on it naturally, like I couldn't just have it there. But if I like made the effort to like touch it, and then I was having all these like philosophical thoughts, like yeah, because you know nature understands that this is equal parts. Like it needs to provide for me, but I also need to put some effort into it too.
That's awesome because I was thinking compromise when I was thinking about it.
Yeah, because like all right, I basically felt it like it was my support system. I was like, all right. Nature knows that I really like this branch and I really want it, but it's just out of my reach. If I make the effort, just a slight effort, I can touch it. So it's always there when I need it, but it's not there like while I'm just relaxed and comfortable. Like it's the perfect,
holy fuck,
like
man.
it knows what I want even when I don't know I want it, or like it knows what I need when I don't know I need it. And so I'm just laying there and I'm
perfect example. Like I will provide you warmth, but you have to chop down the tree and make a fire.
Exactly.
That's fucking nuts.
And I'm like laying in this fucking bed of like branches and everything, and just enjoying the like rapids and whatever. I'm thinking about all this stuff, like, yeah, I'm alone in this universe, but that's me, like that's my role, and I'm at peace with that. It's a beautiful pain, blah blah blah. Jared at one point, like, it starts to get darker and a little bit colder, and Jared,
that's
like,
the worst part.
Yeah, Jared gets up and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna go move to where the sun is. Like, I know we're on shrooms and we're high and feeling good and stuff, but hypothermia is very real.
He fucking would say that.
Yeah, he's like, it's still very real. So, you know, you do you, man, but I'm going over here into the sun. And so I let him, you know, because I'm in my whole thoughts, like, I'm alone anyway, like, I'm going to do whatever. And while he's gone, like...
Probably just welcome hypothermia anyway.
Yeah.
I need this right now. This is how it's meant to be.
Yeah. Things, this is where things get a little, just a tad bit weird. Like,
nice.
I'm starting to feel things again, and I'm just like, man, like everything, like the sense of touch, the sound of these rapids, the view in front of me, like, I can't smell. Like, shrooms haven't given me back my sense of smell, or maybe I just haven't, you know, I'm not focusing on it because I'm not used to focusing on it.
Makes sense.
But it just feels like I'm having sensory overload in every form of sense, and it's amazing. I'm feeling stuff. I get to that point where, like, you know, like, okay, about the whole, like, nature providing me shit, it's so weird. Like, I'm, like, kind of, like, huddled like this, and, you know, I'm, like, tearing up, like, thinking about all the things I'm thinking about, and there's this one thin-ass branch just full of leaves fucking, like, right here by my face. Like, it's, like, right by my face, and I feel like this is, like, Mother Nature offering me tissues. Like, fucking, like, it's just always there. And there's leaves all over the ground and stuff, and I, like, have this little joke to myself where it's like, yeah, because, you know, it's like, I feel like I'm telepathically communicating with Mother Nature. Like, I don't even have to talk right now. This is why monks go mute, because they don't need to. They just understand one another and nature. Like, I'm having that moment. Like, I get it now. Fucking, I don't have to talk. Like, nature gets me. I don't have to talk to it. It doesn't talk back, and it just provides everything because it just understands. Like, I'm sad right now, and it's like, here's this branch full of leaves. Like, have a tissue. It's not like I don't have enough. They're fucking all over the place.
Yeah, and they're not being a dick. Like, here's a tissue for your issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey man, I know you're feeling down on yourself, bro, but I got leaves for you if you want one.
Yeah, I just kind of, like, nodded off, like, put the branch behind my head. I'm like, oh, you know, no thanks, but
yeah, politely,
thank you.
just no thanks, tree.
Yeah, exactly. And then, dude, I'm like, I actually do talk a little bit, and the few times that I actually open my mouth,
that's the most politest tree I've ever met.
Yeah. The few times that I'm actually opening my mouth to actually say something, it's like, if this was a poem right now, it would seem so non-technically correct, so not precise, and it would think...
So real poetry, then.
You would think that it was just scrambled, well, rambling, but I'm finding the beauty in it because it's like I'm having all these thoughts in between the words that I say, but I'm specifically choosing the ones that I say out loud. Yep. To the point that I'm like, if you took all the conversation in my head, but minimalized all the shit that I didn't say out loud, you would have a poem there, and it'd be like the perfect poem. I'm like, that's beauty in of itself. I just find beauty in everything. That's what shrooms does, at least to me. And
well, as long as you're not one of these really depressed people that's super fucking negative all the time, I think it isn't for everybody. Or the people that just like Mikey and Glenn used to get shrooms every time they came to town. Like, but they were abusing them. Like, they just want a different high than weed or whatever, or being drunk. And I can't do that shit. Like, I have to appreciate whatever the fuck I'm doing. Like, so, and I can't appreciate weed. I really, like, I try so fucking hard. Like, being drunk after, like, a month sober, I go, this is why I was always drinking, yeah! Or, like, fucking, I haven't fucking had a good cocaine high since I lived in the apartment with Christina. And you know what I did then? I didn't go, oh man, I'm gonna go fuck chicks or hookers or whatever whatever society thinks about cocaine. I did art shit, or I got music shit done. And, like, I don't want to fucking do it every day or every weekend just to fucking get that, because it's weird to say, but I'm like a productive drug user.
Oh, I get it.
So when I do shrooms, I mean, other than the fucking last time I did them when I was on a whole bunch of shit, that was me grieving and being dumb. But I want it to mean something every fucking time, not just to be like, oh yeah, I did shrooms this weekend, and somebody goes, oh, how was it? And like, yeah, it was cool. No, there needs to be a story and a message and a lesson there.
Exactly. And, like, the less you do it, the more you appreciate it.
Exactly.
Yeah. In fact, just a real quick thing, this show that I was watching last night, this character was making a toast, and he's like, how'd it go? The less you have, the more they're worth to friends. And I was just like, I mean, that's amazing. You could totally apply that to friends, but you could apply that to anything. And that's such an amazing quote. I'm going to steal that.
It's funny because, like, I don't have very much shit, and I feel like I have more because, like, I value more, like, stuff that's more important. I value it. And I mean, I'm not dogging on her, but Christina has a shit ton of stuff, and, like, she's always trying to, like, bring plants home, or she's trying to fill a void that she can't. And the best way that I found is to have less shit. Yeah. You fill a void with important stuff. Like, I fill my void with her, just having her around. And, like, they got a fish, and they want I guess Avery wants a cat, and she fucking brings plants home all the time. It's like, and I mean, it's going to sound cliche as shit, but you can appreciate what you have, and, like, you don't need as much shit as you have. And society tells you, fill that hole with a big screen TV, fill that hole with an Xbox, or whatever. It's like, no, you don't need that shit. Yeah. Like, they're lying to you to make money when you can save money and just appreciate the shit around you.
Yeah, you hear that cliche, like, the best things in life are free, and then, like, the cliche counter argument, like, oh yeah, like, well, this and that, blah blah blah, like, how are you gonna do this and have fun? Like, money, everything, like, costs money, but, like, it seriously doesn't. And a fucking really good example is, I told you earlier, I've been, like, more insomniac than ever, like, this entire, like, ever since July. So, like, the last 3 months or so, I've just been sleeping, like, 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, 3 months.
Just the other day, like, because I think I told you I'm growing more and more Japanese as time goes on.
I think I'm turning Japanese.
Jared mentioned that song, too.
Damn it.
Yeah, I was just like, damn you. I was just like, fucking, I remember living at Gary's house and sleeping just fine on just a fucking sleeping bag. So I was like, I came home from work one time and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I want, and it might actually been the same night that did shrooms or whatever. I came home from work, and like, my bed is right here, and I'm sleeping right there next to it, as if, like, oh, invisible guest that I don't have, you take the bed, I'll take the floor.
I was thinking more like you're giving your bed a break.
Oh, yeah,
like,
that too.
It's your day off.
I sleep on the ground. Shit you not, that's the first 8 hours sleep that I've gotten in 3 months.
Okay, look, I've known you for most of my life. You know what I mean. But, dude, when I used to stay at your house, when I used to spend the night, you'd always give me the bed. You'd always, like, you liked the floor more.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, you can sit there and go, I don't know if you trick yourself, like, I'm an adult, and you start sleeping in a bed, or whatever, or maybe you just like the fucking floor. And that's super weird, because I unless I have to, I do not sleep on I fucking hate the floor. Like, I'll fall asleep if I'm really fucking tired, like I'm doing something on the floor, like I'm laying down drawing or writing, and I just fuck it and I pass out. But if I have I will not sleep on the floor. I fucking hate it. It's too flat. But yeah, you sleep for 8 hours on the floor. Maybe you're just a floor guy.
I guess you're right. I have always had sort of a history of it, like giving you and other guests the bed. Fucking whenever like the family would travel to the hotel room, I wouldn't want to sleep in the same bed as Brennan, so I'd always sleep on the floor. At Gary's house, I slept on the floor for like a whole month or two, however long I lived there. Like, yeah, I guess I had more of a history of it than I gave credit to.
And the funny thing is too is that people can go, oh yeah, hey, I'm staying over tonight, and you'd be like, hey, take the bed. Like, no, man, it's your fucking room. Most people, like, I gave my guests, except for Juan, I'll get to that in a second. With most guests, you go, yeah, come over, bro. Here's a fucking sleeping bag. Here's a blanket. Here's a pillow, whatever. There's a floor. And you're like, here, there's the bed. Like, wait, what? I'm sleeping on the floor. It's like, no, dude, that's fucked up. This is your house. This is your room. But you're like, no, I like the floor more. And most people are going to go, you're a fucking liar. Nobody likes the floor, but you actually did. So it's like, and then like, I think you actually told me this once. You're like, no, dude, I sleep on the floor whether you're here or not. Like, what? Why the fuck do you do that for?
It's almost like the reverse. People's like, that's your bed. But I'm thinking like, no, fuck you. That's my floor. Like, you take the bed, asshole.
Yeah, exactly. So with Juan, fucking diva. Dude, I love him, but yeah, this guy, he was right. He didn't take shit. And it wasn't like it was an argument or anything, but I was like, yeah, like he'd stay over. And like, oh man, the floor? He's like, you got anything else? I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, nobody's ever fucking said that before. Everybody else just buckled and went, yeah, floor, okay, cool. This motherfucker got an air mattress.
Okay.
And the way I had my room set up, he couldn't sleep with it, like, parallel to my bed. It had to be perpendicular. And my desk was right there. This is my dad's house.
Yeah.
And the desk had, like, sharp corners, but we aired it up just enough. And, like, he put his feet in where the feet go for the desk.
Okay.
And he just slept on there like that.
Huh.
And this only motherfucker that ever got, like, the royal treatment sleeping over at my house. Everybody else took the floor like, well, yeah, that's standard. But you think of that standard, why the fuck would anybody sleep anywhere? I'd rather just sleep in my own house.
That, exactly, dude. Like, I'm thinking...
Except for your house, apparently.
Whole reason why I got a bed was because I hadn't had a traditional bed since I was, like, in elementary school. Like, even, like, you know, as you came over, like, I had that futon. Like, cause,
I broke.
Yeah.
Fat fuck.
Well, it didn't help that fucking Tom put it together wrong. But yeah, I always preferred couches over beds, and I guess in some weird way I might prefer the floor over couches. But I got that bed because I was like, man, I haven't had a traditional, like, actual mattress since, like, I was like 10 years old or something. Like, I want to, you know, I want to try this again. And at first, I guess it was okay or whatever, but over time, it just like, you know, these last few months, just sleep is a goddamn chore. And I wake up every day going like, God damn it, I'm super tired, but I know I can't fall asleep again. Might as well get this day started, like, and it's fucked with my mood, like, all season long. I'm pretty sure that's why, like, I've been as bummer as I have been to Jared and Sam and all this. Like, it can all be traced to my sleep. And then fucking, at one point I'm just like, man, why do I even need a bed? Because people tell you need a bed. Like, they spend all this fucking money, like...
they spend most of their life on the bed, too.
Hundreds to thousands of dollars fucking on beds and the frames and the comforters and all that. Fucking, I laid on the ground I didn't even grab my pillow. Like, I need a blanket because I love blankets, but that's all
you need the feeling of it on you, huh?
Yeah, like...
Yep, I gotcha.
All I did was just get on the floor with my one, like, favorite blanket, and I one part of the blanket, because it is a really big blanket, I crumpled up and made a pillow out of that. 8 hours sleep. What do you figure? Fuck that bed.
Dude... You can, like, just be like, yeah, this is my room, and then, like, you have a chick over, like, yeah, that's my bed, and she's like, oh, well, and, like, when you fuck chicks, like, juices can get on shit. I'm so sorry, or whatever, like, no, it's cool, sleep on the floor. Like, what? Like, yeah, I'll keep the bed around to fuck. You don't sleep on the bed? No, I don't sleep on the bed.
Nah.
But that's, like, then you would never have to worry about anything, like, bed-wise, like, oh, yeah. Like, unless you had like bed bugs or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck? Like, some guy, one of your friends comes over from Susanville or whatever, and he fucking wakes up itchy as shit. He's covered in fleas and all kinds of shit. He's a fuckface over here.